Alright, what up YouTube? I'm back with another video with the 4-day laws of power. I think this is my I'm doing law 46 today. Basically I'm just going through I went through the chapter and I took notes on like the things I felt were very important about the law, but also I'm trying to spin them and trying to put like a personal spin on them and more of a contextualize them to like my own life and how maybe never, well, law 46 is never appear too perfect, but how never appearing too perfect could really, I think it's beneficial, and just I think that's just something that every person should live through and by as like one of their principles. All right, let's go. So the notes section is, the notes I took from it was humans struggle with inferiority. Most people have an inflated sense of ourselves, and when we meet people who surpass us, make it clear to us that we are in fact mediocre, or at least not as brilliant as we initially thought we were. This disturbance in our self-image cannot last long without stirring up some super ugly emotions that we may feel. I think one of the first ones you feel is envy, and if only we had the quality or a skill of the superior person, we would be happy. But envy brings up neither comfort nor us any closer to equality. We disguise it through many ways. Only way to really transcend envy is to accept it, and then we understand that people will always be envious of us. First note, I think they said humans struggle with inferiority. That's something that's very true. It rings very true. You see it often, you know. You see it with family, you see it with friends, you just see it with people. I think just take school environments. I think from my own experience, I think, like I said, you look at people. People want what you have, and even in some circumstances, people want to be you. And it's not never in an intentional way. It's always in a way that's very indirect, but it's very evil and deceptive. That's one thing I learned. And that's like something I see. I seen it at times. I seen it with my own friends. I seen it with people. That's just one. People don't want to see you win in certain situations. Maybe whether it's over a girl, whether it's over something that you have, whether it's your mindset, whether it's just what you look like. Like I said, a short person may be envious of somebody that is just tall and just more likable of a person. But like I said, nobody knows truly what that person did to other than genetics. People don't know what it truly was that somebody else has to go through. So everybody is focused on everybody else, and they not really understanding them. They're not looking in the mirror and looking at themselves and seeing and appreciating what's good with them. So let's say I'm good at, let's say, talking to girls, and like my partner, he will start to envy me. He would, like I said, it would be like a mini competition type of thing. It would be like a competition, but it'd be like an underlying type of envy / type of hate, jealousy type of feeling, where he would try to, it's like a competition type of thing where it's not very good. I mean, in the long run, but like I said, I mean, everybody has those moments. I've been moments where I've been very envious of my friends, like either their looks, their personality, or just I think just likability. At a certain point in time, I wasn't very likable. I wasn't a charming dude as I am now. I was about to say, just some things you just learn and you develop into as you grow up. But back then I wasn't. I was the honest weird kid in school. That's one thing I can say without a doubt. I was very quiet. I was very reserved. Musty as fuck. Dirty as fuck. I'm surprised, but the niggas that was around me even was cool with me. Like I said, I'm only really one, but the other ones just came with him. But niggas, I was not a likable dude. I wasn't funny. I was very, I was just quiet. I don't know. I don't know. I was just a strange person. I really don't know. I was really just strange for no reason. Like I said, that was just me. And then I guess, like I said, halfway through high school, around 11th grade, my look started kicking in. I think I started to talk more. You start to be more social, and start to develop this charisma and this style and like this little personality that that people will start to like. Like I said, I think one thing about me is, like I said, I always had a good mindset. I always wanted to be something. I always screamed. I was not always screamed, but when I got to high school, I was always very vocal about what I wanted to do with my life and take YouTube. Like I was doing that in ninth grade, and niggas would like make fun of me. I was about to say, I know I'm going on a tangent, but like I said, that's just something that's as time went on, I realized people envied me for it's. I think I became more of a, like I said, I had big dreams. I had somewhere I wanted to go, and like I said, at that age, that little middle school, high school age, you don't really have a. Most people don't have a sense of direction of what they want to do with their life. But I knew back then what I really wanted to do, and like I said, people envy me for it. Now, eventually, like I said, growing up with life, people not beat things out of you, but you lose motivation and curiosity for things. And like I said, YouTube was something that I just gave up on. Like I said, I was just gonna go to school and do whatever I chose to do, but luckily my mind realigned with back how I thought back then, and now I'm back on that path to try to do YouTube, and hopefully it does work out. But thank you for the tangent. But let me get back to the point. Uh, it said it disturbs your self-image of yourself. I think now let me relate this to like family things. Like you see it with like I think in Luke Cage, it was an episode in Luke Cage, the season one I believe. Basically, Luke Cage, or his name was Carl Lucas. Him and his brother. He was basically his brother had his that was his half brother. His father basically left Luke Cage's brother and his mother to go start a family with Luke Cage. And basically throughout what's his name? His name not Diamond. Diamondback. Diamondback is Luke Cage's brother. Diamondback was basically envious that of his whole life, and he's basically plotting his whole revenge to come back and get Luke Cage because of his own father's because his own father left him to go start a new family with with Luke Cage and his mother. And that type of stuff sparks insecurities. It sparks like just raising this debates of like and just all type of things. Like I think even I can relate it to my own personal life. Leaving a kid to go to another family like another family it does something to your self worth and your self confidence. It does something to just everything, like your self sense of like your importance. Like you really don't believe you anything when somebody can just go leave you and just go do something with somebody else and just act like you don't exist. And that's just real shit. Uh, Now I think never appearing too perfect. Just that little phrase alone, that's something that's something that I think speaks to me a lot. Just because I think it just think about my personality is I always have been a perfectionist. I don't, even though like I said I'm not. I'm always I have to legit talk myself down from always making things so perfect. Well, to like my mind's image, because if I always wanted things to be perfect, you'll never do it. Even with, like I said, that's the main reason why I stopped doing YouTube. Is like I want things to be perfect. I want the time to be right, but you gotta understand that the time will never be right if you wait for it. The time is right, and the time is right now. You gotta jump in. You gotta get started wherever you are. That's one way I feel like never like my idea of never being too perfect will come in and help me. Another aspect is your life and just your own personal development. Perfection as a human, I think, is honestly impossible. Now, in spiritual terms, I believe it is, but I mean, in flesh terms, you can never be perfect. You can be a master, but like I said, it's always another level that can be reached. There will never be a such thing as perfection. So I think that always striving to be perfect, you're bound to fail just from the pressure of trying to be perfect. I know because, like I said, I've done a lot of goofy shit in my 19 years of existence. And like I said, I'm going to keep doing goofy shit just because it's just about life. It's like you're going to make mistakes. It's always going to happen. Don't take them personal. It just is what it is. You're going to make mistakes, and that's going to help you develop into like a better and a more smart person. But yeah, I think, like I said, make mistakes. You lie, you cheat, you steal. All these type of things are not good, and you should understand that. And that's like I said, some people do those things just because sometimes in their head and in their mindset, that's just the way that they can do it. That's their only option. And like I said, and when you get clarity, understanding, you'll understand that those are not your only options. Well, at least in my head. Like I said, nobody's too perfect. And like Laura, my bad, I did the whole circle. But basically, ways that I felt I was being too perfect was, like I said, let's take in relationships. Like, I think I'm uh as a recent, like, I done some fucked up shit, and like I said, and the main reason why I did it is because I think I have a tendency to try to make people happy. You understand that when you try to make everybody happy, you never will. And on top of that, you never will, and you are the only one that's gonna be unhappy. And like I said, and I experienced that firsthand. It's not a good feeling. It's very draining. It's very detrimental to whatever it is you got going on. But like I said, you gotta fall. You gotta make that mistake. That's one thing I did, and I'm building myself back up from the mistake. But you know, just things are just gonna never be the same. After you make those type of mistakes. I'm just trying to live with a more logical mind and keep that in my head where I don't. Whenever I feel myself trying to be this goody two shoes in a way, even though, like I said, that's one thing that's just been a part of my personality too. I'm always been a kind individual. I've always been a nice person, but at times I feel like I'm kind to a fault. People just take advantage of it. But you gotta understand that you can never be perfect in anybody's eyes but your own. Well, and when I mean perfect, I mean balanced. If you get what I'm saying, perfect amount of good, perfect amount of bad, and not bad, and not in extreme terms, but just you have flaws and you have pros and you got cons about yourself, and you understand that completely and entirely. But yeah, I talked about that point. Uh, yeah. So basically, I fell from the pressure I put on myself of trying to be like this moral good person. And I mean, it's not a bad thing, but to do that. But at the same time, you shouldn't put too much. I put too much on myself. I put too much on myself that I couldn't handle. And what happened? I failed. And everybody fails, and that's okay. But yeah, that's it with the video. Thank you for listening to my 10. It's me just rant. It's just shit. This is about my life. I'm not gonna come back tomorrow. I'm trying to be consistent with the more uploads. I'm really just trying to get some momentum. I know I said this in the video before, but I'm trying to get the ball rolling so I can just keep going. I'm trying to run through all these books I got, and just be a scholar this year. I haven't been on Instagram for real, but yeah. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all can comment in the comment section. What y'all feel about what I said. If y'all disagree, agree. That'd be greatly appreciated. Start a conversation in the comment section. I'll reply. Yeah. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.